Can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This would become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to do that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir.
Who are you? Right.
What do you mean, who am I?
Who are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter.
Okay, sir.
This is going to become a legal matter.
Today's video takes us to Avon Park, Illinois, where we find Georgie Boy, aka Goat Boy, as he's recorded by one of the employees at the Township Hall. And he's not too happy about it. Matter of fact, he filed a copyright strike on Dr. Dave, and I took it down. Now I'm going to put it back up, Goat Boy. What do you think about those goat droppings? Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy, Goat Boy!
Yes. No, sir. That's part of the clerk's office. Is that an employee that works here?
That is...
What's the question?
Okay, ma'am, you have to preserve that record there that you're creating. I need a block diagram giving functional subdivisions to inspect, please.
Well, here, want to come here with me? Come here. Let's go. No, I want to show you our assessor's office. Come here.
That's not part of the assessment
Our
office.
clerk is Crystal's right there.
Yeah, and she's not in.
She's mostly not here.
Okay. What is there a reason for your hostility, ma'am?
Oh, I'm just making sure that everything that you do in here, I'm able to preserve myself.
Okay, well here, let me tell you, since you got your camera here, I am monitoring government to ensure it is being conducted in the public interest.
Okay.
I think what you're doing is some type of intimidation tactic, or it's childish what you're doing.
It's my right, just like it is yours.
What is your name?
Michelle.
Okay, right now you're working for the government, you have a duty.
Don't mind Goat Boy, Michelle. First and foremost, second and foremost, and third and foremost, he's a FOIA fool. Matter of fact, he's a FOIA fool of Chicago. Aren't you, Goat Boy, little sweetheart thing? Yeah, his name is really out of dim, not out of them. Ha ha. Let's carry on.
And,
Our clerk here. Here's our clerk's.
Sure.
Here you go. Right there.
Okay. Is the clerk here?
No.
She's not available, okay. Who's the FOIA officer?
That would be still, is that still Crystal?
No, it's Marilyn.
Okay.
Marilyn, okay. Is the FOIA officer here to speak to?
She is.
She is, yep. I need to speak to a FOIA officer, please.
She's right there.
Oh, are you the designated or designee?
I'm the FOIA officer.
FOIA officer, okay. Ma'am, I need a copy of a block diagram giving functional subdivisions to start with, please.
Okay, could I have you please put that in writing for me?
Because we can't do anything unless it's in writing.
Unfortunately, that's not the case here. These records are supposed to be prominently displayed. Here's the deal, ma'am. By the time I'm finished, keep resetting your video. The deal is, by the time I'm finished, I'm doing an instructional tutorial. I'm doing the duty of the people to monitor government to ensure it is being conducted in the public interest.
Ma'am, you must comply, ma'am. He's monitoring government to ensure that you comply. And if you don't, he'll get his herd of goats to storm your town hall. I tell you one thing, you'll be so happy when this play goat leaves. Yeah, he goes home and plays in the goat pen. Then he picks up the goat dung and smokes it in his hookah.
You guys might not be informed of yet, but when it's all done and over with, the best thing you could do is tell me thank you for bringing this to your attention. And
Thank you.
Really
And then feel free to come back another time and anything that you want. I'm going to give you my card. I'm the supervisor of the township.
I'll take your card.
Oh, please do. And anything you need, hold on, right here. There you go.
Okay.
And
yeah, that's your card there, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So here's the thing here, ma'am. You being the FOIA officer, this township right here, where is it prominently displayed, the purpose of this township? Where is that displayed?
right here. Here we go. Here is everything that we do right there. You want Spanish or English? This is Spanish. English
Ma'am,
is...
you're very shaky. Is something wrong,
Well, I just walked in the door.
Mrs. Administrator?
Can you figure out where the English version is? And this is everything that we do is in that brochure, which is publicly displayed for anybody who comes in here to get.
Oh, no, ma'am, that'll never do. That has to be prominently DeeSplayed. Now, if you don't know the definition of prominent, GoatBoy has it all laminated for you here on his little card. Isn't that nice? Now, if you don't comply, ma'am, GoatBoy's going to make a checklist here. He's going to check no on everything. And look here. He's going to forward that over to the State Attorney General's office because he's an investigative FOIA auditor. Has a badge and everything.
Well, you did hand me this page here, ma'am. My question was, where is this is the Spanish one. I'll wait on the English copy and see if it does have in there the, thank you, miss. What was your first?
Oh, it's right on that card.
Oh, it is. Sure. Marilyn, no. Okay, ma'am, let's see here. Well, could you point it out to me because I don't see it here. The young lady, the administrator actually gave me this. My question was if you could show me the purpose of this public body here. She gave me this page here, but the page that she gave me does not show it in there, unless maybe I'm overlooking it and you're able to point it out to me.
Yeah, sure. What do you mean by purpose of this body?
So,
In this brochure, we have everything that the township provides, different programs, and what different offices in here.
I'll narrow down for you. A brief description of itself, which would include but not limited to a short summary of its purpose. That's what I'm looking for.
I don't know why Georgie Boy just can't say mission statement, because that's what it really boils down to. A brief description of itself and what they're doing. That's a mission statement, you bloody idiot. But you don't know that, do you? Because you're always in the backyard picking up that goat dung, or your mama won't let you live in the basement. Oh, did you know that they lost a family goat farm? Yeah, it was in foreclosure. The Agatite Avenue lives no more.
It's all right there.
Yeah, like I said, here we have everything, like services that we provide, general and emergency assistance. We have our assessor's office, highway department. But if there's anything in particular that you need, if you could just write it down for me, I'll get you that information.
Okay.
There are certain rules that we have to follow as FOIAs that come into our office, and we're more than willing to help you. If you want to write it out right now, we could see if we could take care of it. But we have, how many days do we have to fill in a FOIA?
5 days.
So today...
But what I'm conveying here does not require 5 days, and here I'm about to read it on your cam. Each public body shall prominently display at each of its administrative or regional offices, make available each of the following. So it's telling us they have to be prominently displayed. You see those images in government publications you got on that bulletin? Mm-hmm. That's what prominently displayed means, in a way to easily be seen. But now, the actual requirements under FOIA is not prominently displayed, and that's what I'm bringing to your attention. Okay. So each of the following, a brief description of itself has to be prominently displayed.
Oh, I can't listen to Goat Boy talk about this again. I'll lose my bloody mind. I know it by heart. I've listened to it so many times. The unspecified specifier. I tell you one thing, boy, you're not going to get those 40 virgin goats when you go to heaven. You haven't done the proper work down here on earth. You're going to have to come back and become a goat.
A block diagram giving functional subdivisions. The total amount of operating budget. Can you point to me where your total amount of operating budget is prominently displayed?
Right here is our budget right here.
Sure.
And it's predominantly, and it's displayed right here. And it's, as of 3/12/2024, this is our budget right here. And it's displayed on the counter, as you could see.
Okay, ma'am, we'll agree to disagree. My opinion is you did make it available for me, but it was not prominently displayed. We'll agree to disagree.
It was on the counter.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree.
Okay, and it says budget.
Sure. Total amount of operating budget, $2 million, yes. Okay, Mrs. FOIA officer, this is another requirement that has to be prominently displayed, not hidden in a folder, just to make it clear.
Well, we do it and it's labeled.
Okay, moving forward. I don't go back and forth and talk about things that don't have to be talked about, ma'am. I'm straightforward, and in the end, it'll be, say, he's in the right. These folks are in the wrong. The FOIA officer, she seems very cordial and professional. So that's why I don't want to say things like, why have you been collecting your full paycheck for FOIA when you have not been following the laws that FOIA are prescribed?
Now, why have you been collecting a paycheck? Where you get your money from, Goat Boy, that's what we want to know. Yeah, people write for me to time and they want to know what Goat Boy looks like without his mask. Well, here you go. I think he does everybody a favor by wearing that mask. What do you good people think? Leave me a comment. Let me know.
But in the end, sometimes people don't handle their job accordingly to 100% of it. But that's why it's the duty of the people to monitor government to ensure it is being conducted in the public interest. Now, me personally, I'm telling you right now, I could be a special agent working for someone, or I could be just a regular member of the public. I could be either or. I'm not saying if I am or not, but at the end of the day, both of those things are irrelevant. What is the truth is that these records have to be prominently displayed moving forward off the budget. The total separate locations of separate offices. Let's say your township has a public works on Johnson Street, and you have your township has, let's just say it has a fire department on Elm Street. That means what has to be prominently displayed is those addresses as well has to be prominently displayed. Moving forward. The approximate number of full-time and part-time employees.
Don't mind Goat Boy, ma'am. He's just mad because he doesn't have a full-time or part-time job. Same as all frauditors. None of them ever had a real job. Most of them have a criminal record. Oh, I'm not saying that Goat Boy here has a criminal record. He's just lazy and doesn't want to work. All he wants to do is tend to his goats in the backyard and milk them all day long. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
This township has 20 full-time and 5 part-time. That single line has to be prominently displayed. The commissions and committees and councils has to be prominently displayed. What else do we got here? And other than that, now we're jumping into section 3.5 says. You remember when she said, oh, it takes 5 days? Sure, FOIA does take 5 days for most of the things to gather records, but with these, they're required to be prominently displayed. That's not everything. Freedom of Information officers under section 3.5 shall develop a list of documents or categories of records that the public body shall immediately disclose upon request. Since this is telling us Freedom of Information officers shall develop a list, I'd like to see that list. That shall be furnished immediately. Can I please see that list? Here's the code if you'd like to read it for yourself.
Yes, read it again.
And it says, Freedom of Information officers shall develop a list of categories or records of the public body that shall be immediately disclosed upon request.
Well, we appreciate you coming here today.
Sure. That's what you should say instead of being shaky with me with the camera out intimidating.
So you have a disconnection, right?
Now, from what I understand, this poor FOIA clerk was just certified about a week prior to Goat Boy's visit. So she's brand new to the job. And here comes this yahoo talking about it has to be prominently displayed. Has to be. It just has to be. Shut your bloody mouth and go find a job somewhere. A real job, boy.
Like, what do you plan on doing? What's your intention on recording this encounter here? For memory or something, or what are you trying to convey?
I don't know yet.
Great. So yes, ma'am, since this is telling us the list shall be developed, you are the FOIA officer, you are the one who's required to develop the list, and it shall be furnished immediately. Can I see that list, please?
I'll have it furnished immediately once I have a chance to develop it.
You have not developed it yet.
Once I get a chance to develop
Sure.
it, I'll make it available immediately.
And can we please have your name?
My name is George.
George, what is your last name?
What do you need a last name for?
Anything else you want here?
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
How much is the water bill?
ma'am, I developed my own checklist. And what I do when I visit public bodies that are subject to Section 140 is I mark off this public body has nothing prominently displayed. I have the ability under Section 11, Declaratory Relief of FOIA, to forward
Do you have a summary
my
of this?
finding to the Attorney General. I have that right. I don't want to forward this to the Attorney General and say, Avon Township failed to comply with this stuff. No, 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 they have nothing prominently displayed.
Oh, yes, indeed. He doesn't want to forward it over to the Attorney General, but he will, and he has. He just marked everything no. By the way, he's never going to give out his correct information, but Dr. Dave found it. Yeah, look at his little mugshot. Isn't he cute? He's such a sweet little thing.
I'd rather come in here and build allies with our staff in Illinois. So when I do come in office, I'm familiar with all our staff throughout our jurisdictional line. But now with that being said, ma'am,
What is
do
your
you
address?
believe within 30 days you will have these records prominently displayed? So when I do come back, I'll mark off yes, 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 and I'd rather forward that to make you guys look good to the Attorney General.
Marilyn, don't answer.
Don't
East
answer.
what?
That's your administrators. Okay. Next, moving on, ma'am.
Say that again, I'm sorry. 343 East.
Pursuant to the fundamental philosophy of the American constitutional form of government, it is declared to be the public policy of the state of Illinois that all persons are entitled to full and complete information regarding the affairs of government and the official acts and policies of those who represent them. Such access is necessary to enable the people to fulfill their duties of discussing public issues fully and freely, making informed political judgments, and monitoring government to ensure it is being conducted in the public interest. The General Assembly hereby declares that it is the public policy that the state of Illinois access by all persons public records promotes transparency and accountability of public bodies at all levels of government.
What is this goat boy babbling about? What are you flapping your gums about, boy? Does your mama know that you're out walking around doing this FOIA stuff again? You know what she said last time when you didn't clean up the basement. She said that could be the last time, boy. Yeah, Goat Boy's gonna write a book. Did you know that, good people? I don't know what's gonna be in it. I hope Dr. Dave gets a whole chapter all to himself, though.
It is a fundamental obligation of the government to operate openly and provide public records as expedient and efficiently as possible with compliance with this act. So now, since she got that on film, we're going into section 9B. Do you recall how many FOIAs you have denied this year, Mrs. FOIA officer?
343 East Springwood Court.
Marilyn, you don't have to answer that because, well, your answer would be simple.
What would the answer be?
Zero.
Zero?
No,
Denials?
she's the new FOIA officer. She
Oh.
hasn't done any FOIAs yet.
Okay, well,
So zero.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, ma'am,
I'll give you
maybe
the
you
Village
have,
Township number.
you told me you're
You ready to write
designated.
that?
Maybe you have no FOIA denials because you're brand new according to your administrator.
847
But the actual city hall
356
may have denials.
2116.
So under section 9B
2116.
says, copies of all notices of denials
You're welcome. Have a good
shall
day.
be retained
Go back.
by each public body in a single central office file that is open to the public and indexed according to the types of exemptions asserted.
Imagine, if you will, having a life so devoid of any meaning that you drive around to different localities each and every day and recite this. What purpose does it serve, Goat Boy? You definitely are a FOIA clown, and you're close to the edge. Oh, that's right. He already went over the edge. He's in the abyss.
To the extent feasible, that's her favorite word. To the extent feasible, right? But now this Avon Township has been established since 1850. Here I come, the first time in history since this place has been open, just to try to build allies and try to have you guys do the right thing. But now with this being said, since this is telling us the single central file is open to the public, I like to view these exemptions that set the retention period from 2019 to 2024. I like to view those records, please.
If you could write that down for me, please, and I will make sure to put that in as a FOIA request.
Okay, Again, ma'am, it does not require, I think though, but it does not require writing because again, the code does say notices of all denial shall be retained by each public body in a single central office file that is retained by each public body and indexed according to exemptions asserted. It's not an issue, ma'am. I would put that in writing at a later time, just kind of giving you the heads up of the language, FOIA language here.
The saddest thing is that Goat Boy here thinks he's doing the office a favor. Oh, you'll be thanking me after my visit because I brought these things to your attention. I'm trying to build allies, not enemies. Right. The Esquire of the Year, Georgie Boy, Shady Shade Ghanayim.
And other than that, I guess I'll be filling out one FOIA request. If I could have one of your FOIA forms.
Of course, if you could write it down here.
I sure can. Do you have an actual FOIA form or not at all?
At the moment, I don't have access to it, but if you could write it down there, it would still be.
It would, yeah. There's no
official
standard
FOIA
form, right? There's no standard form. Now, just to clarify, when you say you don't have access to a FOIA form, what do you mean by that?
If you could just write it down here, and it'll be an official FOIA request.
I understand that. That ain't no issue. I just like to have, the reason why I'm saying that is because I like to have a copy of Avon Township letterhead FOIA. Just a blank one. I don't want to fill that one out. But you don't have one of those at the moment?
At the moment, I don't have access to
That's
one.
good. That's good. I think you do have access. You can go online and print one out, but hey, that's neither here nor there. Okay, FOIA requests.
Oh no, Goat Boy, not another FOIA request. Well, he is the FOIA fool of Chicago. What would you expect? Look at him in his little clown suit. He's monitoring government, ma'am.
Usually I did not want to file any FOIAs, ma'am. I just wanted to receive copies of these records. But since I'm here now, since the code does say these records have to be prominently displayed and also made available as well. Since they're not prominently displayed, are you able to make them available within the 2 minutes that I wait here?
If I could just have you write it down there.
Well, here it is, ma'am. Here's the statute. It's telling us this is what needs to be made available.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Sure,
see
yep.
that.
So if you're able to make those available, I'll have a seat for a few minutes and I'll walk out with copies of these. And by the time you make them available to me, I'll ask if you got a roll of Scotch tape so you can go ahead and prominently display them on the wall and call it a day.
Goat Boy, is that a Nazi salute right there? Sure looks like one, bro. Yeah, that's how Hitler used to give his salute. He used to bend his hand backwards. I don't know, Goat Boy, that's mighty suspicious. But I have to thank Michelle from Avon Park. Oh, man, this was a good video. And it's nowhere near finished. Dr. Dave will chop it up into itty-bitty pieces, not to worry. But in the meantime, if you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe because as this video clearly proves, when it comes to frauditors, especially Goat Boy on YouTube, there's no end to the stupid things they will do for clicks and views on their pitiful YouTube channels. Please check out Dr. Dave's other channels, including Dr. Dave Frauditor Terminator. Oh, that channel features plenty of fools to laugh at all day long. And if you need more fools, there's my main channel, which has over 6,000 video uploads for your viewing pleasures. Goat Boy needs to find a job, but what job skills does he have except picking up goat dung in the backyard? That's a conundrum right there. Cheers to that, sweetheart.
An ordinances book. Yep, that's correct. Come again. Is there any reason why these officers are here?
I got permission.
Sir, you cannot film me here.
Because the information you're providing is unlawful.
I don't want you filming me.
Call the sheriff. I have permission.
I don't want you to film.
Don't get close to me.
You want to go that route? What is the reason for calling the officers here? I want to know what your job title is to see if you're able to assist.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who's the one who called the officers in the first place? Because this may become a legal suit now. This is transparency. I'm conducting an audit. While I wait for the clerk to show me the statute about freedom of information, I need to do an inspection on the town, city, zoning and ordinances book.
I have permission. I have permission. I have permission to film here, sir.
Ma'am, please ask your superior before disrespecting somebody of the public. Where's the water department for this town?
Don't yell. I'm talking to you softly. Why are you yelling at me?
Sir, please stop recording me.
Okay, I need to do an
Please,
inspection.
I understand that. Please stop recording me right now. You do not have my permission to record me.
Okay, is your facility open to the public?
Not currently.
Not currently, okay. Okay, can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This would become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to see that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir.
Who are you with?
What do you mean, who am I?
Who are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter.
Okay, sir.
This is going to become a legal matter. Please comply. Pass. I got to pass. Along with an inspection on the zoning and town zoning and ordinances book.
I'm going to be conducting some business here. I'm going to be recording it.
Ma'am, it's up to you, ma'am. And there may be a suit in the court of law for non-compliance. What do you mean who I'm with, ma'am?
I don't know what you want.
I don't know why you're giving me a hard time or a bad attitude. In order to do an inspection on a book readily available. All right, ma'am. What's your first name?
How can I help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what's your first name?
Who are you?
The budget book, ma'am. I need to do.
I don't have. If you want to have a seat, I'll ask.
Sure, that's fine. Ma'am, I have permission to film. I have permission. I have permission here. Well, you see, the thing is, my good man. Anyhow, compliance is the key, folks. Where does it state that? Ma'am, I need stamped copies of these FOIA here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, sure, possibly.
I'm acting as press, ma'am. First Amendment.
And I also have permission here with me.
Okay, ma'am, you also have to abide by 2635.101 basic obligations of public service. Sir, I'm abiding by the statutes. It does not require a name in order to obtain record. Okay, well, you're talking unlawful. You're talking incorrect. That is not true what you just stated. Come again? Very rude. I'm not rude. It all shows on camera. You're the one who's rude. Well, anyhow.
No one really cares.
No one really cares? An inspection, if I wanted to take digital photocopies.
No, you cannot.
Absolutely, I can,
No,
ma'am.
you cannot.
Please comply with the law. Are you refusing service? Just tell me you're refusing service. Hand me over your business card and you will be hearing from my lawyer. If you go ahead and record, that means you're creating a public record and you cannot delete that off your personal phone. Your personal phone becomes a public record.
That's fine. I'll record it.
Okay. Well, sir, there's options to conduct business in person. You can't refer everybody to online. I'm not going to refuse my identification. However, I have not committed any crime. You cannot articulate that I have broken a law. Here's what I will tell you. Ma'am, there's no expectation of privacy in public. You could just call me sir. I'd like to file a police report of non-compliance about a employee that works here. Sir, I don't answer any questions.
You don't respect me. Why would
So therefore, I'm not obligated to provide any identification in this matter.
you talk about my wife? What does my wife have to do with anything?
No, I'm not providing an address, ma'am. I'm doing a general inspection.
What does my wife? Why put up a picture and say that's my wife of a goat?
Not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard with me. That is not lawful what you told me.
We're gonna have a ball at your cemetery. We're gonna bring you a rose, okay? We're gonna bring you a rose and we're gonna say you were dishonorable. He's attached to the affidavit too. He's part of the enterprise. You drew first blood. Just like you do with all these auditors, you draw first blood. In the next 3 days, I'm going to have a criminal enterprise community section, and it's going to be real well detailed. I got an attorney that's helping me draft it up and write it up. Scumbag. You're just a plain scumbag, man. You want to say why I'm upset and stuff. We're going to prove that you are breaking U.S. code. If I really wanted to be petty, I would take you to court.